welcome back to the channel. I'm thinking we're gonna go ahead and watch some Mexico video. We'll have some waves. We'll have some plant life. More waves. Maybe some animals. So yeah, I used to go to Baja. I had some pretty serious back problems, so it's just too painful to drive for really long distances. But yeah, so this is from like 20 years ago. This is like 2005 or 2006, I don't know. And I'm gonna go down to Baja, drive around, see the sights, do some surfing. There's our little intro. So we drive from like Santa Barbara, down to Mexico. So we leave super early in the morning. That's the sunrise. And there's the nuclear power plant at San Onofre that looks like boobies. And yeah, they take your picture. And you drive through, and then like just like an immigration office just over to the right there, and you're supposed to get papers, but usually there'd be like a lady there, she'll like point at you and like, oh, secondary inspection. Yeah, a couple years later, yeah, I met that lady, and a year later, it's like she totally recognized me and just like waved me right through, basically. Yeah, a couple words. That's crazy, it's just the amount of people that go through that border, every day, every month, every year. And she totally recognized me. I was in the same truck, of course, but not this white one, but a Toyota pickup after that. And I'd go down there with like just a passenger car sometimes, but it's really limiting how far you can get, obviously, because it's Mexico, reputation for hardcore off-roading. And yeah, I've been down there as a young man. Some crazy shit. Hell, I almost died down there like 10 times. Slow down. Don't go so fast. That's what I would tell my younger self. I probably need to smoke more weed or something. Yeah, who knows? But yeah, that's what it's like driving at night. It's just semi trucks and the road's really narrow. It's like I don't recommend it. So I mean, hopefully you know where you're going. You turn off some dirt road and there'll be some great place to go surfing. So yeah, like the later stages of my career, I'd actually, go down to Mexico for like 5 months and just post up at this beach. Not this one about 20 miles south of here. And just post up, because it's just super consistent. You could do a lot of surfing. And you always knew if waves were coming because people would show up. But people would leave for like Thanksgiving and Christmas, so there'd be times when it would get pretty sparse as far as other people, and that's fine, you know. But my trick was to just get up really early in the morning and just be in the water at like daybreak and get some waves, and then come in and like for the the early crowd, and then when that thins out, you go back out surfing again. So yeah, so here we're just traveling like north after driving south a bunch on the freeway, and then you kept going north, and you got to carry extra gasoline and like extra spare tires, and it's just a living hell. Okay, it's a hell. It's a living hell. It's dusty. You have no shelter. You banged around driving your truck all the time, but then you can see shit like this. So it's like, it's kind of the trade-off. But I've been down there like 20 fucking times. It's the same, basically the same every time. So it's like, it's just the same old shit. I'm just beating my body up, drive around all this fucking nonsense. It causes risk of breakdowns, breakage. I mean, I've had to do repairs multiple times. Actually, like older rigs, like back in the '90s, an old FJ40 Land Cruiser and like an old Volkswagen Baja Bug, and I don't have any video from those trips, just some photographs. But like, yeah, you better have the tools and hopefully the spare parts, because things will break on you. This is Punta Cono. This is a really nice spot. It's not really like for surfing, but it's just really just spectacularly beautiful, and they won't be anybody out there. And there's actually a really really big swell running. Of course, we've been watching it, but then you guys driving these crazy ass roads. This is like really steep. I don't look like it, but it's just sped up because I'm just driving a low range really slow. Yeah, and this is before I even was getting into performance surfboards. Like the surfboards I have on this trip are just shitty old boards I've had since like the early '90s. Yeah, I got much better at surfing. Actually, just camping on the beach and surfing instead of just driving around the whole fucking trip. Spend like the entire vacation basically in the driver's seat, and then you get back problems and a bunch of stuff. It's just not even surfable really. Like there'll be so much current and wind and just the spooky factor because you're just out there like bobbing around all by yourself. But it's beautiful, beautiful country up there. Just there's no buildings. It's just these dirt roads. And like I said, you got to carry extra gasoline because you'll be in low range and there's crazy hill climbs. But no, it's a nice stretch of coastline. There'll be just every so many miles there'll be a point, and then some of them might be good for surfing, and some of them might just be good for looking at. But yeah, just big volcanic rock formations stick out from the sandy beaches, and big cliffs getting battered with waves, and like the noise it makes. It's and the closer you get, the louder it is. It's just quite the experience. When it rains, this would be all flooded. This is like, yeah, things get interesting if it rains. Luckily, I haven't experienced too much of that in my time down there. But I've definitely, been there right after a big rain, and like bridges are washed out, and the water's high. Like just some farm tractor will tow trucks through, and otherwise you have to wait a couple of days for the water to come down. But yeah, banging around, dusty roads right next to the ocean. this is a gnarly hill climb. It's so steep. But there's some waves. There's no one around, which is nice. And that's what it's all about. You know, you get out there and no one around. That makes it all worth it.